Hello and welcome to this week's brand new video in which we have a slightly different structure to what we are usually used to with our Vigor videos. Today we are going through some bit of news we have. As part of the Honourable Bandits, I'm proud to present what we could say a changelog for the 1.1 update. Let's go right into it. So starting off, you should notice some camera and movement changes. In specifics, we are looking into inventory load and machine gun stance. How this might look is quite up to interpretation at this rate. Inventory load can be many different things, just being maybe some tweaks to how we move with how much inventory load we have, how full our inventory, you could say. Machine gun stance, I think that's to do with the hip fire stance, but we'll have to look at that. Next, we're looking into some weapon changes you might find out, some tweaks here and there on some weapon specifics. You got like sway, spread, recoil, however that might look. We'll find out. Of course, we're coming into territory of new weapons. Hooray! Well, the weapons we have at the moment are pretty cool, I would say. We do have a few favourites from the new weapons that came into 1.1, not 1.1, 1.0. But we do have some new weapons coming in. We have the MGV 176, the Combat Magnum or the Colt. We got the SSG 82, the ZA M72, and VZ 82. Now, looking into these online, we're looking into the MGV 176, and that takes the .22 long rifle cartridge, which we have been seeing had been added into 1.0, presumably accidentally, or was sort of introduced as an Easter egg, but we're presuming accidental. Not obviously, but by picture on the screen, it is a submachine gun, sort of like the PPSH, which was in the game before. It does have a pan magazine mounted above the barrel instead of below the barrel like the PPSH. So going into the next weapon, we got the SSG 82. That is the shortened version of a Scharfschützengewehr, if I have butchered the name. Do apologise on that. But that is a sniper rifle, as we can see, taking the 5.45 by 3.9mm rounds. Should be able to pack quite a punch. Well, this is what I'm seeing online. Obviously it's not confirmed, but it should be confirmed as this video has come up, and I'll give an update on that when we get confirmed details of this patch. So looking into the VZ82, we've got a new pistol coming along, taking the 9 by 18mm Makarov rounds, and we've got the Colt Python, which should be taking the 3.357 Magnum cartridges that we've also been seeing in the game in 1.0. So now we're going to look into the Zastava M72, which also known as the ZA M72. This gun takes the 7.62x39mm rounds, and it sort of has a RPK look to it, but I feel like it's slightly different, so we'll have to look into that when it comes into the game. So moving on from that, we've obviously got the elephant in the room, the new Brodelin Bridges map. However you pronounce that is up to your interpretation. We might see many interpretations of that accent. That's pronunciation. I do apologise. Looks pretty cool from the picture. Nice little, obviously bridge in the background. Interesting foreground picture. We'll see how that comes out when we have a look at it. Obviously, updates to come. We have some character customization coming along. Basically, new cosmetics, might see. How that translates to useful skins. I know I'm trying to give the news here, but the skins and stuff have been meh. That's a positive way of putting it. So we also got the new Buried Cache event that has been sort of leaked on Twitter. You can't really call it a leak, it's an announcement from the Vigor Twitter. So in the description we have addition of new game event, Buried Cache. Pictures spawn at random locations and levels and will display the location of hidden treasure. Basically then the players have to go on and find that location and find the loot. So I think that's a good way to get a little bit more loot. Maybe passively, I guess. Well, not passively, but like when you're having a passive stance going into an encounter, that could be something you can go after, which could be pretty cool. We might see how that translates, I guess. Maybe if there's a sort of an event marker where like people know that another person is going after the hidden treasure, or whether it's just something that's you just find and it's just secret to you. But we'll see. We got some rebalance to challenges. We'll have to see as you get into the game. We'll hopefully be seeing the conditions and rewards being switched up. Heavens have been opened. Thank the Lord. Amount of messages people getting about crappy conditions or crappy rewards and challenges. Hopefully this will clear things up and hopefully have a more enjoyable time with the challenges. We are interrupting this live broadcast of this news to bring you some news. Big news. You may have heard that I am a streamer on Mixer, www.mixer.com/D3STRUCTOR_AE. You will find me there. And very recently I've been given the chance to be sponsored by Rogue Energy. Now you're asking me, what in the hell is Rogue Energy? Now you probably heard companies very similar to this, but it is a powder-based energy drink, giving out plenty of flavours, great flavors to spice up and vigorize your gameplay, basically giving you concentration, energy boost to keep you staying in the game, because that's all that matters when it comes to gaming. You want to stay in the game, on form, no mistakes, and this brand, I feel, does it for me. Going into games, I feel more on the ball, and especially whereas Vigor, you need to be on the ball. I feel it has been a very big part of my game at the moment. So I'm very proud to present this sponsorship. If you go to the website and use the code D3STRUCTOR AE, I'll put it in the description as well, you can get a discount at checkout, and then I can, get a little bit of monies for it. But anyway, that's besides the point. Having this amazing brand has been very much worth it in my gameplay, so I really hope that you guys can get alongside this brand and use that code. Now let's get back to the news. We've got a hint, loading screen hints to be exact. So yeah, basically randomly selected, and give maybe new players an insight to the game whilst they're waiting for the game to load, or something that you might not know if you're a pro player. You never know. Next, we're on to threat and team kill distinction. This is quite a lengthy thing, so hopefully you can understand what I'm trying to say here. We've got a new addition to a new icon. I do apologise. Team killer icon. This in turn has improved visuals on a threat icon. We'll have to see as we get into that. Killing your teammate no longer marks you as threat, but you take on the marker of team killer. But yeah, people who are team killer can no longer become threat. So if you team kill, you cannot get the threat marker. Onto that, people who are marked as threat can still be marked as team killer upon, team killing. Team kills no longer goes the kill count. Do apologise. Kill progression in challenges. So we might see how that changes with the whole conditions and rewards that I've just mentioned, because they were pretty crappy when you had to have a knife challenge. So hopefully we can get a modifier on that. So threat and team killer status are now visible in spectator mode. So if you're in a duo or you've just died, you can now see those icons. We have hit/near miss indicator change. Take that as you will. I have no idea what this can mean, but we'll go on from there to loot rebalance. This can mean many things. I think more the fact of having items more specific to an area, or I don't know, changing up where loot is spawning. Because I think there has been some notes of sort of like maybe there should be more loot in a certain place, but we'll see where the loot rebalance. Hopefully that highlights that to you, so you can investigate when you go into the Outlands. We have store rarities simplification. Take that as you will, but just highlighting that to you. And on to that, we have obviously the new guns coming in. We have the shooting range refactor, so the new challenges that come in with new weapons that come along. We also have a fix of a glitch where you could sort of accept or activate multiple challenges, making it so your high scores are ridiculous, because you could hit the same plate twice basically when you activate the same challenge. With that, we do have a reset of challenge high scores with on the side of rebalancing of the challenges and challenge times. So hopefully if you get over to the shooting range, you can go test that out, and hopefully you won't have any problems there. If you do, don't hesitate to report it. I'll put a link in the description for the Vigor Discord, where you can very easily put in reports under the bug report section, or as a feedback section as well, if you want certain things to be put in the shooting range. Seeing after this patch we have some changes to it. And last, but by no means least, we have a fix for unpenetrable bushes. I mean, if this is for real though, if this is for real, this is going to be a godsend, because bloody amount of messages people are sending about unpenetrable bushes has been through the roof, mate. This has been big issue for the player base, and quite frankly has been quite a big factor for people leaving the game, alongside obviously the bugs and issues alongside guns and stuff like that. So that is some of the details that I can bring forward to you. As a member of Honourable Bandits, very proud to bring these along to you. These have been just being quoted. There may be a fair amount more that you'll be able to see on the Vigor forums, specifically where the developers will go into detail of these changes, whereas I've put an interpretation on some of these changes that you will hopefully see when you get into encounters or go into your shelter. A lot of things have changed. A lot of things have been added, so get out there, go explore, and stay vigorous.